Hey guys, it's been what, 2 days? Got like 3 videos up in 6 days. I'm actually doing a whole lot better than I did over the course of the last 6 years of these videos. Sorry, there's no dash cam video today. I don't have my camera with me. I left it at the house like an idiot. So today it's going to be mostly just ranting and a whole lot less rolling, even though I'm still rolling out. I don't know. Today I was browsing around on Facebook on my lunch break. You know, this might be a little bit more serious topic, so I'm going to need my editor to drop in some serious music right about here. The worst part about that joke is I edit my own videos. I don't have any friends. So I was browsing the Facebooks during lunch today. Chevy wants to go 2 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. This, I feel like, is maybe a little bit more of a serious matter for a lot of people. It's not something to joke about per se, but I mean, you know, if you've seen any of my other rant videos, you realize that I have an opinion and I just, you know, whatever, I don't give a shit. The other thing about my rants is you know, something a lot of people are going to look at my videos for and go,
man, this guy's a right-wing fucking nut job.
Or,
man, he doesn't see.
Guys, the light's been green for a minute. I want to stop turning in front of me, you fucking jackasses. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I can play devil's advocate all day long. I'll argue both sides of the subject just because I can. The wife hates it when I do that. I mean, she just wants to punch me in the throat all the time, probably. Even though I believe what she's saying, or I totally agree with what she's saying, I have to argue. I mean, that's what I do. I argue just for fun. I'm an asshole. There's no getting around that one. The post I came across, though, it was about, the topic is guns. I'm in Texas, so right now, go ahead and pass your judgment on me. I'm a right-wing gun nut, obviously, because I'm from Texas. I'm also wearing a camouflage hat with a fucking United States flag on it. So, I mean, obviously, I don't see anything but super right. I really should be wearing my sarcastic comment loading t-shirt right now. It's about a gun from a company called Salt, I believe. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I just kind of saw it flash by. Basically, it's a less lethal alternative than a regular handgun. It's a paintball gun is what it is. I mean, in short, it's a CO2 powered pistol that shoots .70 caliber rounds of little pepper-filled balls. Oleoresin capsaicum, I believe, is what they use. So it's the same stuff that they use in pepper spray, same stuff they use for OC spray. Actually, that's exactly where OC gets its name from, is oleoresin capsaicum. So for those who aren't comfortable carrying a regular handgun, or they're not, you know, they don't want to for whatever reason, or they can't for whatever reason, and this is like a different alternative for safety and for defense. I thought the idea was kind of neat, you know, to have something like that, and then I got to thinking about it. Many years ago when I was playing paintball, I've heard enough to know that these rounds, these paintball rounds, exist. Pepper balls is what they're oftentimes referred to. I mean, there's a couple of different names depending on the company that you know, copyright and trademark stuff. I got to look at, I looked at it just, I mean, very, very briefly. It's like a $300 tool, and I don't know how expensive the rounds are. I didn't get to that part yet, but I found some of them online, the ones that are actually designed for paintball markers, which I believe is mostly what law enforcement units are using. Actually, they're using paintball markers with these things already. But this thing is a little bit more, I mean, this is based on like concealed carry. If you want to be able to carry something to defend yourself but don't want to carry a regular handgun, you can actually still conceal this thing. It's a compact handgun frame that shoots pepper balls. I got to thinking, what if you believe that pepper spray is the only form of defense that you're going to need? A lot of people, I think, believe that pepper spray is sufficient self-defense, and I'd have to wholeheartedly disagree. There's a couple of scenarios I could imagine that might turn the wrong way. I mean, maybe you have had your pepper spray for far too long, you know, too many environmental variables. It's made the spray unreliable. Instead of being a nice steady stream, it's a fine mist because the nozzle got clogged up. Maybe you used it once and didn't clean it properly, and now it doesn't fire the pepper spray at all, or you can't get to it because it's so little bitty tiny and you grab your makeup instead of your pepper spray. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get at is whether or not you agree with me, I really don't care. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I think this is more like a PSA. If you are going to rely on pepper spray, be it from a pepper ball gun or from a pepper spray or whatever, even a taser, any of that, you need to have a backup plan, period. And I'm not saying that you need to have a gun. I'm not saying carry a gun. If you're not comfortable carrying a gun, fuck, for all sake, don't carry a gun. If you're uncomfortable with it, you're going to make more bad decisions than good. That's what it's going to boil down to. I think that your backup choice should always be some kind of, you know, some form of martial arts training would be a good thing to have. Be it, you know, taekwondo, judo, aikido, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts, Krav Maga, whatever it is. have a backup plan that you can fall back on, something that you can train to all the time. Because oftentimes in those martial arts studios and the classes and things like that, they will give you some kind of real world scenario that you're going to have to react to or defend yourself in. And you can train for that muscle memory for when you end up in a situation similar to whatever. You'll be able to autonomously react to that. That's something that you can do without having to think about it. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to just do something. You don't want to have to think to react. Thinking to react is too slow. For all of those out there that like to carry pepper spray as their primary form of self-defense, again, by all means, you're doing something. I applaud you for that. Kudos for taking your safety seriously. But if you're going to take it seriously enough to have pepper spray, take it seriously enough to know how to follow up the actions with the appropriate close quarter combat. I mean, you know, some kind of technique that'll help you in hand-to-hand combat. Because you can pepper spray an assailant coming at you, but if they're, you know, doped up or drunk or something like that, it's, you know, it may not affect them the way you think it would. I mean, normal people, if I were to walk up to you, that kind of assumes I'm a normal person, doesn't it? Ignore that. If I were to walk up to somebody and in a threatening manner and somebody pepper sprayed the shit out of me, I would turn around and leave. I've never been well, no, I can't say that. Pepper sprayed myself once when I was younger because I sprayed it into the wind. Don't spray pepper spray into the wind. But at any rate, if somebody is drunk or high or doped up on whatever it is, maybe they don't feel pain. Oftentimes, apparently, you know, people on PCP, angel dust, whatever, the pain receptors, they're shut off. They could break a leg and keep running like a fucking track horse. But I mean, there are instances of that. People who are high on drugs being tasered, pepper sprayed, shot, and keep going. That's a terrifying thought. So one should know how to defend themselves without weapons first. I do practice what I'm preaching here. I've taken martial arts for many years. Even if I were to carry, I do have some knowledge on how to defend myself in a bad situation without the use of that. If it were to, you know, something were to happen and I can't use it, it breaks in an altercation, which is unlikely but possible. You want to know how to handle a situation on your own using what's available to you in the situation where your primary mode of self-defense fails. I wholeheartedly approve of martial arts training. You definitely need to find a school that you believe in. You're going to want to go around, see if they offer intro lessons, or see if they offer like a sit-in so you can watch how classes are conducted, and make sure you agree with the philosophy of the school. Personally, if my karate studio taught to win competitions and that's all they taught, I wouldn't go there. Not at all. I believe in a well-rounded martial arts school that can teach somebody life skills as well as how to avoid a confrontation in the first place. Because the only way that you can always win a fight is to not be in one in the first place. Now, I can hear some of you from across the monitor and across time and space right now thinking,
Well, yeah, but that's also the only way you can always lose every fight is by not getting it.
if you don't get in a fight, you can't lose it.
Well, if you don't get in a fight, you can't win it.
Who wants to get in a fight? That shit hurts, man. Done it once. Not a fan. I do believe that in a bad situation, I may be able to defend myself depending on the situation. I hope it never comes to that. I hope I never have to defend myself. But if I have to, so be it. I'll do my best. That being a more serious rant today, you know, something I thought was an interesting topic, you know, talking about personal defense. And I mean, given my rant from a couple days ago, talking about all the stuff going on in Wisconsin and everything, you know, self-defense and gun ownership and everything is definitely going to be a topic of discussion again. So this has been happening for a long time. Anyway, I feel like the media is hyping up a lot more of the negative aspect of everything rather than the positive aspect. What positive aspect is there of somebody being shot? Not much. Not much. There's a lot of stuff that goes unreported. Nobody ever hears about it. People are afraid to come and speak out about it. There are other ones that are just as bad and worse. It really does need to stop. And how are we going to do that? I don't know. I really don't. I wish I had an answer. I wish there was an easy solution. Unfortunately, there really isn't. Until we can all learn to respect each other, we're screwed.